Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of I Like to Eat. So, preparing for that step in life, we have some squash here. I'm going to do some like half moon shape, and yeah, yellow squash, zucchini squash. Very yum. And you can just take the top and the bottom off, bisect it, sit them next to each other like this, and they'll line up pretty well. And bend your fingers so you have your knuckle against your blade, and then you can just make some basically straight up and down strokes. Very easy. You can get a little bit of a slide motion in it as well, depending on the size of the blade and the size of your squash. Very tasty stuff. Right. Numerous different strokes that you can attempt. Whatever works best for you. My mixing bowl here. Slice them up. Gonna throw in some onions, some herbs, some garlic, some oil. Throw them in a pot. Have my way with that. Be a good, decently healthy side to have through the week. So this also varies depending on the blade. I don't know if I'm brave enough to try the Santoku again. It's great when you're working in a restaurant and you need to go quickly, and then you actually lift the tip of the blade off of the cutting board. Go like this. It has a more significant curve to the blade as well that helps with that. Like, I don't know how to put it exactly, but where you have your fulcrum on your wrist here, and then the blade goes up and down, but you hold it at an angle, and so then it goes along the curve of this blade. And a well-maintained blade, as you can see, should be effortless through most things. So I did run the blade over my steel a few times just before starting my food prep. If you all would like, I can do some kind of knife maintenance videos as well. Yep. Thumb got a hold of that guy. Luckily, the knife didn't. I don't know how good the high def is, but one of them went flying on the floor as well. So, everyone needs a little excitement in their life, right? Have some more. While I have you here as well, don't forget, wash your veggies. Wash your veggies. I've been standing these up. This one's quite a bit more curved, and longer than the other one, so it's a little more difficult. So there will be a bow in it somewhere, and it's probably going to be hard to show. So this is kind of the angle of where I would actually place this on the cutting board. And then I'm going to turn it, and then hopefully you'll be able to see that the bow seems to come from this side over here. And so we'll lay that piece against the cutting board, so then when you put your hand and knife against it, you'll be pressing that into the cutting board, and it will naturally kind of flatten out a little bit and give you a stable position for your knife. So, and you can roll it around and you just find wherever the high point is in the middle so that you can keep pressure on that. And that typically is going to help you bisect some things that might not be perfectly flat or in whatever direction you were hoping it would be in. Get these two guys together here. There's that season again that many people might not like to discuss. That's voting season. So we might not agree on who we want to be where and do what, but by all means, please exercise your right to vote. Many people never get the chance. All right, 4 more to go. So I'll do that again. Obviously this curve is a lot more overstated than the last one. So I would place it that side down. Brace it, come across. You can also just leverage the blade into it. Keeping that point in the cutting board all the time is definitely safe. Easier with just one, but the curve on the Santoku definitely does help. If you stuck together even. Somebody might be out of practice a little bit. Don't judge. Speaking of enticing people to vote, I don't know if you all have seen that "Get Your Booty to the Poll" ad, but I must say it was probably the best political advertisement I've ever seen. So, and here we have the tip of the blade well seated into the cutting board, and just leverage the blade straight down. Safe. Safety first. Learning how to use a knife. You're probably going to get cut at some point, right? If you don't want to get burned, don't play with fire. So, and typically the next step after playing with the knife is the fire part. So, let's be realistic here. All right, fantastic. What was that? 12? 12 of them, something like that. Pretty well done. Not too big of a size. It'll help it cook evenly when I'm doing a big batch like that, which is fantastic. I'm gonna do some mushrooms, onions, squash, yellow squash, zucchini squash, and then boatload of garlic, some herbs, spices, and such. Appreciate you tuning in. I'll try to make a video on the cooking portion of it, and hopefully it comes out well.